Okay, so I think it's safe to say that things in 2025 have gone slowly completely downhill, including the fact that the job market has taken a huge steep decline as well. And the job market sucks. And personally, I know. So, hey guys, what's up? It's Alexcia here, and this is going to be a random Let's Talk random video, in case you can really tell already. I just wanted to do this tiny little introduction real quick, or more of a side note. I know I'm wearing this big oversized sweatshirt right now, but it is mostly because at the time of me recording this, it is mid-November, okay? And I live in Virginia, and it has been constantly between kind of warm and then freezing cold. So, and at the time of me recording this, like some days already, it's been sweat weather. So, sweaters it is. And apparently some days the sweater weather of me when I record things is when it actually happens. So just, you know, that time of year, unfortunately, I just wanted to get that out of the way, that I can't believe it's already this cold. But anyways, back to major discussion. I don't even know where to start with this, because honestly, 2025, like I said, is just going completely downhill and things are getting worse. And I don't want to play names, but I'm pretty sure some people know what I'm going to say about partially who is responsible. I mean, from the government shutdown, including this in the United States of America, has truly not helped, because it has made things also a lot harder. Like, things are already bad enough, okay? Everything literally that used to be affordable in stores and stuff everywhere is literally 2 times more expensive. Rent keeps constantly going up, and including with everything else on that matter, and thousands and millions of people are struggling. Some people are homeless, living on the streets, and especially in cold weather. And then there's a lot of people like me that's stuck in an in-between situation that you really don't even know what to do anymore because of the way that the economy is. And even people as old as my parents, who are in their 60s, and technically my dad is older than my mom, so my dad is technically an elder now. They're still working or finding some way to make money in this economy, when technically my parents should both technically be retired. My dad tried to retire while I was early in college. He tried that for a while and realized that that was practically impossible with the way that economy was already going. So he had no choice but to get a part-time job, which he has been doing, and technically he should be retired. Full-on retirement by now. But what persuaded me to even make this small rant in the first place is the fact that I finally caved in eventually with getting on TikTok, mostly to promote the different content and the different stuff that I make and do, which is honestly, so far, the time of recording this, it's actually kind of helped. So I'm actually kind of thankful I actually decided to gravitate towards it, towards just the fact that I can promote my content and just post and whatever. But one thing I have been seeing all over the place, that I'm only going to list a few examples, are the amount of people, no matter where anybody is, of how bad the job market is. And I believe now it goes far beyond just within the United States of America, because it seems like the more I see it, the more even some people in other countries are struggling just as bad as in here where I live in the United States. So it really makes you wonder what the living F is truly going on here, and how in the hell did things even get this bad in the first place? I mean, it's like you suddenly blink, and then right before your eyes, everything just starts crumbling down like rocks falling into a freaking landslide sort of thing. You know, just you see like you're driving, walking, whatever, and then suddenly you see a ton of rocks just streaming down, you know, and it's like, what can you do except just try to avoid it or try to deal with it? That was a really bad metaphor, but I'm sure you guys get the point, okay? I'm sure you guys get the point. But just a few examples that I have from the thousands that I end up coming across on TikTok alone are these. And a couple of these I'm going to leave at the end because I relate to, which I will get into my own personal story as well. My account is negative $454. My credit cards are frozen because I'm in the process of bankruptcy. I have to get a second job today, I guess, and I don't get paid till the 29th. I just worked 80 hours for the 2 weeks, brought home $800. My bills supply a roof over my head, electricity, transportation, and insurance out of this check equals $685. Not counting, I still have medical bills, credit card bills, medicine, and groceries left to pay for. How are any of us affording to live, honestly? And then there's this. Bro, I've been waiting to talk about for a job interview for over 40 minutes. It was supposed to be at 2 p.m. I got here in 1:45. It's 2:35 and no one has come out. They wonder why no one is working. And then, let me tell you folks, these are the two I relate to the most because I am so glad I am honestly not alone in this, because for most of this year of 2025, since I graduated college, I have literally felt alone in this, and it makes me feel better that I am not alone in this. It's been almost 2 months since graduation and still no job. Am I unemployable? What is this job market? Being employed is crazy because on the weekends, everything feels normal, but then everyone goes back to work, and I remember that I have nothing to do, nowhere to go, and just a bunch of rejection emails. So, like I said, I left those two to the end for a reason because that is partly my situation. Just to put a little bit of context, I virtually graduated college in December 2024 from SNHU with a bachelor's degree, right? I was in summa cum laude, which basically means the highest honors you can ever get, as my GPA was 3.89, and my degree is in creative writing and English. So as long as I technically have within a writing degree, there is so much within my degree that you could do, and it's actually increased a lot over the last several years, which is why I decided to go with it. Anyway, because no matter what in life, no matter if I choose to be my own author or eventually find a job with anything within, there's so many opportunities out there in this world that I can possibly do, which is why I chose it, because it's universal. But I started looking for jobs even before I graduated college. So I technically finished within early fall of 2024. I finished like in late August / early September, and by like literally the beginning of September, it was in the college system that I finished. And like a few weeks after that, I got my online copy of my diploma. I was one of the thousands and thousands of people that were in the virtual graduation of the winter one within the college of 2024. So I have been looking for a job since I basically finished, and it was even before I finished. And like summer 2024, I actually started to look because I'm like, you know what, this is going to take a while, might as well start, get it done, whatever. How wrong was I? Because I still have not had any luck. And I even said this to my parents, and my parents actually agree with me on this too. I've had better luck with possible jobs, getting into jobs and job interviews mostly. And then ever since this year has rolled around, I have gotten either nothing but rejection emails, or for the last like 4 months of 2025, as it is now November, I have gotten completely ghosted. No one contacts you. So basically, it's left me to the point now where I'm honestly doing my own thing, which is why I really focused on YouTube, because honestly, shout out to all of you, because unexpectedly around the same time I was doing this and I was getting really stressed about the way that the job market was, my YouTube started to unexpectedly grow since I started doing it when I was in college. And honestly, I decided at this point, it's kind of like, what the hell, why not just kind of eventually make it a full-time thing and just continue to roll with what I'm doing now and kind of being my own social media content creator, marketer in a way, because I literally do everything myself. So I literally plan everything, I edit everything, I post everything, and I monitor literally every single one of my social medias. I do it all, baby. I got no help. I do it all. So it is literally a full-time in itself to do all this. And honestly, I love it. I enjoy it. The only thing is that I'm not getting paid yet for any of it. Because as of the time of me recording this, I haven't gotten to the point to actually officially partner up with YouTube to start getting money for what I do, which is what I basically started to focus on to eventually start doing, which people can help with that by basically watching all of my content and continuing to watching all of my content to help get my hours up so that I can be an officially YouTube partner and I can start making money for what I do. And the fact that my community is slowly growing and my Patreon too, I am just honestly so proud of how far I've come this year alone, that becoming a YouTuber by now, I'm having better luck with doing what I am doing now than actually trying to get a job within a job company. And I told my parents that, and it's honestly really sad that by this point of this year, I thought I was going to be so far. Like, I thought by the time, like, when I was graduating college, I was like, okay, I'm eventually going to get a starting job. I'm going to start to get, you know, learning experience within my degree. I could be able to, you know, do something within writing that I like. And I'll be making my own money. I can start saving up and do this and that. I had so many thoughts and ideas and dreams of where I wanted to be when I graduated. And I thought by now I would have a start to that. And honestly, it has been so stressful and overwhelming that I can't believe I'm being this honest with you guys. But it's whatever, because I'm frustrated. But it's gotten to this point where it is honestly just so stressful and overwhelming. And especially such a huge depression, like a depression feeling letdown of the fact of a college graduate where you have a lot of ideas and dreams and a clear path of what you want to do and how you know you're going to get there. But there's huge freaking wall getting in your way because of the way the economy is. And half of that reason is because of the way of the job market, people. And as I was saying earlier, things have just literally gotten so much worse. Because especially around the holidays, like the end of the year, between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and after New Year's, all of that between November and January, job market literally continues to be at the worst because it's end of the year. No one really does much of anything at the end of the year except wrap up a bunch of things or trying to get in new job opportunities for the next year. Everything that has even come out at this point for me, when I've been looking currently at the time of recording this, is literally for next year. And I literally stopped applying for jobs for approximately 2 months because of the fact that it was pointless in my time to even do so, because I always get ghosted.
Oh my god.
Like, mostly what I use, and especially it's a good benefit for me for being a college graduate, is that there's a job company called Handshake, which is basically leaning towards the fact of college graduates. And you can kind of, like, whatever you're specifically going for in your degree, it kind of really helps you aim for jobs like within your market or whatever. And you can also become friends with people in a way from different colleges all over across the United States. And you can post different things. You can comment on other people. It's kind of a little like a small social media place, but for college people. And even since within the last year, since 2024, even on Handshake, a lot of people in different colleges, probably most likely older than me because I'm 27, that are from whichever college in the United States, even a lot of people at Job App have been saying for the last year how difficult the job market has been declining. So if people on apps, no matter what it is, have been saying the same thing, having same situations, or how tough it is, and you're literally just aggravated and done with the world, there's something wrong. There really is. Like, things need to get fixed. Like, I'm truly being honest. Things seriously have to get fixed. Something needs to change. Like, ASAP. Because I know I'm not the only aggravated one tired of this. Like, I'm tired of struggling. I want to make money. I don't want to be able to live under my parents forever and a day because I'm so freaking broke that I can't even support myself. You know, I want to be able to give a good life for myself and whichever man I end up with and marrying and be able to have a family and support a family. Like, as a college graduate, people don't realize how hard it is. Unless you're a college graduate yourself within the last year or so, people aren't going to get the struggle the same way as I do. I mean, no matter what, a lot of us are in a situation, but when you're a college graduate, it makes things so much harder because it's like, it makes you feel pointless of what you spent all your hard work and the last several years of trying to get a degree. It makes you feel like it's pointless. I mean, the only good thing that has come out of it is the fact that my cousin got a nursing degree and she immediately became a nurse. That's the only good thing. It seems to be where the money is at. But in my family line, a lot of us, including me and our family, are not really in for that sort of field. Like, I'm a crime freak. I love watching crime. I don't mind watching certain autopsy shows and stuff like that. And I don't mind a little blood and guts and glory, whatever. But I'm not good at the own side of my own blood. Okay? I don't do well. Even just with getting blood drawn just to check how things are. Nah. I'm not a fan with needles. I'm not a fan of seeing and feeling my own blood getting drawn. Nah. A lot of my family like this, and my family couldn't be, are just real skittish that way. So being a nurse or being an investigator, it's just out of the question. Because I honestly thought about working within, like, you know, getting a criminal degree to work within that department. But realizing how difficult it is, what you really got to do, and especially learning as an adult, like watching the first 48, like the real behind the scenes of what they go through, what the stories they tell and stuff like that. I can't do it. I can't. I'd rather watch it I'd rather just watch it behind the screen, honestly. But being completely off topic for a while, but
What?
I'm so aggravated, so annoyed, and beyond frustrated that I can't even scream at you guys. I can't even shout and yell at you guys. It's the job market, y'all. I really don't even know. There just needs to be some serious changing going on. Okay? And I think I might just leave it at that because I think without getting into the extent of certain things, you guys understand. A lot of people will understand the same thing as me. Because of how pointless it feels applying for jobs when you get ghosted or getting constantly rejected at simple jobs that you can do, that you know for a fact you can do, or just simply not even hear back from people at all with jobs that you know you could do. And it's like, no wonder why anyone's working, because no one wants to hire. And the most frustrating thing of all is how, I'm trying to think the right word. I'm just going to plain out say stingy. These job companies are so freaking stingy. Because of the fact you got to have years worth of experience with certain jobs, when especially people like me who are fresh college graduates, how in the hell are people like me that are college graduates going to get anywhere in life with jobs experience if we need to have a job to get that job experience in order to be able to get better job opportunities in life. We all gotta start somewhere. We all gotta start somewhere. How are we gonna get anywhere if we don't get the proper job experience from some sort of job to be able to get the job experience of where we wanna go? Like, do these companies expect that us college graduates are just gonna magically, within the air, just come up with, like, experience and put it on our resume? Like, all I mostly have is freaking cleaning experience. And I got a karate degree. I need, like, some sort of starting job to get me started within my career. Anywhere would be nice. I can't even get internships. I've been trying since before I graduated to get an internship. Never had any luck. I don't know how some people get so lucky. And I know I'm not the only one flustered at this point about it. But that's why I started doing my own thing, and I started to really focus more on making content for YouTube and Patreon, and also trying to become a writer on my own, and eventually just maybe become a self-publisher, because and I do have other ideas down the road that I could do, but we will see how things work out. But I do want to put out get a lot more different writing stuff going and out first before I think about doing that. But we will see. But that's why I just started doing my own little thing and started figuring out little ways of how to do this or that, because it's pretty much pointless at this point in time for me to even try and get a job within my own company. And for those of you that are in a similar situation like me, I would advise to you to do the same thing, okay? Like, try to figure out something on your own that you can do. Work remotely on your own, because I am telling you, having my own schedule at this point in time, I figure out in my head every single day what needs to get done, do this, do that. I make a mental note in my head every single day. Now, if you're not like me that can mentally do it in my head and keep up with it, write it down. Write down every single day. If you do things your own remotely, write it all down. Write a checklist of what you need to do every single day. Some people that have graduated college ended up going into their own business. They created their own small business out of something. Whether it's baking or nails or whatever you wish, you know? Or if you're like me, who unexpectedly is now becoming a YouTuber and content creator, basically, since I post everything, a lot of stuff and sneak peeks and stuff on my social media accounts and stuff. Do whatever you do, boo. Keep doing you. Really, seriously, don't give up. But I would advise the people that are struggling to try and think if there's anything on your own that you could do, whether it's starting a business or doing what I do, or something to kind of like make money and work remotely by yourself on the side, because working remotely is 2 times better right now than even working with a company, under a company, to be honest, you know? I mean, some people might disagree with me unless you are in that good position, which you are blessed. But for people like me, I just know that there's a lot of people in a similar situation like me, and I just really wanted to also give in my 2 cents about the job market thing and how bad it is, because I've honestly been finding out that just working and doing my own thing, honestly, at this point in time, works out a lot better for me right now. I don't know where it's going to lead, but whatever I do, it is going to be included in my life as long as I want to continue to do it. The most important thing, and as also long as people want to see me do it, I will continue to do it. I mean, maybe eventually, maybe years down the road, I'll still do it, but maybe a lot less. Who knows? Who knows? Because life is so unknown. But the beauty of life is that every day is a different day. And just be sure to live each day like it's your last, as I always say in my descriptions, because you really never know. So just please don't try to stress and overwhelm so much some days. Just take a deep breath and just know that everything eventually is going to work out somehow and things will be okay, because that is the positive mindset I give myself. My parents tell me that all the time, and I am literally so blessed and grateful to have such a supportive family behind me with whatever I choose to do, and I am honestly so beyond grateful for that. If you reached this far into this rant video, then thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my Patreon for all unedited content, and all my reactions get posted there. If you become a free member, which it's free, everybody, whether you're free or a paid member, you get early access. You get uninterrupted videos of all of my reactions compared to YouTube. So Patreon is the way to go if you want anything that's uninterrupted, as I always say, because some people always end up complaining, which shows they don't pay attention. But I literally always say, if you want uninterrupted, sign up on my Patreon for free, because baby, that's where it all is. Every person that does reactions on YouTube has a Patreon for that reason, because everyone that does reactions on YouTube know how horrible it is with copyrights and stuff like that on YouTube and getting past it. So that's why everybody does Patreon. But as of here on YouTube, don't forget to like and comment on all my videos, including this one. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. If you enjoy random content from me with no matter what I post or what I do. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell to get notified for when I post new videos so you don't miss anything that I post. So without further ado, thank you for tuning in to my own little rant video once again. Bye!